All praise is due to the Most High God, King of Black Supremacy. All praise is due to the Most High, King of Black Supremacy. All praise is due to the Most High, King of Black Supremacy. Now, I'd like to ask a question. You know, how strong is your stance? You know, what are you willing to give up to connect with the God outside of you and to love the God that's within you? You know, at the end of the day, life brings you choices. It gives you obstacles. You know, um, it throws at you events that will constantly awaken and show you who you are and what you're supposed to be doing. You know, and the people that's around you, and if you're supposed to trust them or not, or either have them in your midst of your mind. For a long time, you know, I had this certain way of thinking about people of, you know, sometimes you feel as though people are for you, but they're not. You know what I'm saying? But we tend to go to sleep. We tend to forget, what I'm saying, how great and how good God is to us and what we're supposed to be doing because of the distractions, because of the gifts from the Matrix, because of other people's um, attention or other people's distractions and their illusionary distractions. You know, it's just about like when are you gonna realize that it's not about your wants. It's not about your desires, but it's about the truth. And the truth don't give a fuck. I'm gonna say that again. The truth don't give a fuck about what you want or what you desire. The truth is just the truth. The truth is going to rule. You know, we for decades worshipped some sky daddy European image of a God or a Jesus, and you have a black God in front of you that have showed you countless and many of times, who he is and reflections of who he is and images and have showed proof, you know, but we're still doubting. We're still doubting because, we're not floating on a magic carpet. We have to take, you know, we have to get out of this mindset as this Disney world, this Disney character we're analyzing or want to be like, because that shit's not real. What is real is that God is here on this planet. Has come to rule and take back what was stolen. And he only wants the loyal and worthy of his people. He don't want the fake. He don't want the materialistic driven people. Where's your stance at? Is your stance solid when it comes to the kingdom of God? Are you even solid when it comes to yourself? We you're gonna go through trials and tribulations and certain disruptive events that is gonna test your willpower. It's gonna test your ability to stay calm and peaceful and to think before you actually make your actions. And it actually shows you your solid stance of being supreme in the kingdom of God. You know, at the end of the day, you have to love that. You have to appreciate that. You have to adore that. Because if you didn't have tests, how would you know if you're strong or not? How would you know that you can take certain things? And it's so many levels of awakening because it's like you're awake to certain things, and you can be asleep to a lot more other things. You know what I'm saying? You could be, it's like a balance that you have to slowly balance out and continue to wake up, because it's not, okay, I woken up from this and I woke, no. You're going to continue to keep waking up. You're going to continue to keep getting signs of the people that's around you, of the people that you're interacting with, that they're either going to be for you or they're either going to be against you. You know what I'm saying? It's countless of times to where you're gonna get distracted and tend to fall back to sleep. You know what I'm saying? And but that's where, God comes in and he reminds you. And he has different ways of reminding you. He has different ways of, you know, opening your eye to see the truth in things. Isolation, lockdown, um, many ways um, of understanding what you're doing. But once you see it, you must reset your mind. Reset your mind, wash it, and then reprogram it. And then go through a healing process. You know what I'm saying? We must heal our minds, because it's like, it's so many years of us, so many years of it being damaged from the bullshit and from the bullshit people and the bullshit energy. You know what I'm saying? We're going through a healing process, and we go through we run into a storm of understanding, and then we have to reprogram it again, and then we have to wash it again, and then we have to, continue to go through this healing process. But it's not something that you can, it's not something you're going to run away from. Because the more you heal, the more you want to heal. You know what I'm saying? It's not the range of you wanting to run away from something. That's a choice, to run away and be weak and give up and stuff. And be like, okay, I don't want to do this anymore. You're making that choice. It's not because of things got too hard or things are getting hard or things. No, it's things are always going to be hard. Things are always going to be difficult. But it's the fact that you pushing through and making the choice to keep going. Making the choice to keep pushing and being your authentic self, being your organic self, being your true, without a doubt self. It's just the fact that it makes you stronger. It makes you, at peace with yourself. It makes you love more about yourself. It makes you see yourself in others, and appreciate the stuff that you are now, and to know that you are growing, and to know that you are going to continue to grow. You're not going to be the same person you were a couple minutes ago, a couple seconds ago, a couple days to hours, months to years ago. You're going to keep growing. And you have to appreciate that. You have to appreciate that, because every moment of the day, every person that you look at, every movie that you look at, every people, all the events that happen on social media, those are just gateways to show you who you are, and to show you how you need to advance, and how distracted you can be at times. At the end of the day, we must give praise to our God, Kingdom of Black Supremacy, and to thank him and be appreciative of his blessings and his dedication and all what he is doing for us. You may not realize it, because you might be asleep, and that's fine, because one day you shall wake up. We all have days of waking up, but we must be grateful of what he is doing for us. You know what I'm saying? At times we think that the grass is greener on the other side, until we actually go over there to the other side and realize it was just fake grass. It was just dead grass that looked like it was spray painted with green paint. And we must appreciate, because he is real. God is back, living in the flesh, making miracles every day, helping us to awaken. You know, he's not gonna force you to waken up. He's not gonna tell you need to wake up. It's something that we have to figure out. If this is something we want that's truly coming from our heart, it's something that we have to work on. It's not something that someone else can really force us to do. Because, you know, if somebody else has to force you to do it, that means it's not in your heart. That means it's something you really don't want to do. You know what I'm saying? And in that case, we don't need people like that around us. We don't need people like that in God's kingdom that we have to force you to do something, you know, to where you really don't want to do it. You're just doing it because everybody else is doing it, or you're doing it for attention. And we don't want that. You know, we are here to be examples of loving God and being in his devotion and serving him. You know, people claim that they're God fearing and they're into God, but you're not. You're not. You know what I'm saying? They're more so into materialistic things. They're more so into praying or worshiping when it's a greater good for them or when they want something. They're not in the midst of doing it all the time. I was asked, could you really serve something when you weren't getting anything out of it? Yes. Because I'm serving from the heart. I'm not worried about getting anything. I'm worried about giving. You know what I'm saying? Because getting is giving, and giving is getting. You know what I'm saying? I'm giving my devotion, and I get God love, or love from God. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, we must kill the mundane world that's within ourselves. It's not really about killing the outside world. It's really not about judging it. It's really about killing the world of how we are connected to that world that's inside of us. To to where it becomes dead and we really don't take part in that. We really can't like connect or be a part of that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's not God's kingdom. The mundane reality, the matrix, or white supremacy, mundane world is not part of us. So the fact that we keep comparing to this mundane white supremacy world to what's going on now, or comparing it to our gods, you know what I'm saying, that walk this earth, you know what I'm saying, it is kind of ridiculous, you know what I'm saying, because you shouldn't be comparing anything, because nothing is like God. Nothing is like the God that works on this planet. You know what I'm saying? They can imitate it, but they will never be it. You know, they will never be in our good grades. They will never understand who we are. They just want attention from us, and that's it. So, kill yourself, as King Noble says. Kill that dead, mundane world of yourself that you're constantly looking for attention, you're constantly looking for materialistic things, you're constantly looking for lust. You know what I'm saying? Be your authentic self. You know what I'm saying? Stop always judging the black man or telling what he's supposed to be or how he's supposed to be. My love, you know nothing about how the black man's supposed to be, because this is the first time we ever realized we had a black God on this planet. So how are you telling us how the black man is supposed to be? Regards to how he is. Let him be. We're supposed to be devoted to him, his servants, you know, his loyal devotees. Not some raging bimbo lunatic that's just going off, you know what I'm saying, for attention, and you know what I'm saying, and for, you know, I don't even know how to explain it, but it's like, you know, you have to really love yourself in order to love the God that's outside of you, and that's connected to the God that's within you. You have to really love yourself. And by you hating any part of God or the black man God, you know, that shows a lot about you and your character and your motives and what you're actually trying to do. You know, why, you know, why does it have to be a fight? Why does it have to be people complaining? Why can't you just let things be and accept what's actually going on? You know, and that's God establishing his kingdom here on earth. You know, for everybody to witness, everybody to soonly confess their love of God, and everyone to bow their knees in the face of God. You know, you have to understand that. If you don't, that's you, that's your soul. Back in the day, us gods, we don't give a fuck. We're going to keep moving. You're not gonna stop the legacy. You're not gonna stop anything. You're only stopping yourself. When you try to get in the front or the face of God, you're only stopping yourself. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't not matter, you know what I'm saying? You're building our character, you're building our patience, you're building our calmness, you're building our peace by always testing us or testing our willpower to test how if we're gonna get angry or see if we're gonna flash out. We're not gonna do none of that. We're gonna just keep enjoying these opportunities to help us grow, to help us build. You know what I'm saying? People think that they're doing some shit, but you're not. You just slow your own self down, you know, um, and getting further and further away from God and God's grace. You know, I'm grateful. I will forever be grateful and thankful. You know what I'm saying, for me being in God's presence, for me having or tapping into the mind of God. I'm grateful of that. You know, walking in His grace. You know, being covered with His protection and my devotion. And I want to be the example of that. You know, true devotion, regardless of what I'm getting, where I'm at, who's around me, what I'm going through. Being true devotional and showing true devotional love and not moving from that, being solid in that, being strong in that, you know, and just never giving up and just always pushing. What are you trying to prove? What are you trying to hide? Just submit. Submit to the will of God. It's not submitting to some man. It's not submitting to some human. It's not submitting to some black man. No, it's submitting to God. Respect yourself so you can respect God. Respect your mind so you can respect God's mind. Walk in that. Be true in that. Stop letting the outside world distract you from you touching God's heart. You know? What's more important to you? Materialistic shit or the love of God? You know? We're here to learn about God so we can teach our children and be example of that so our children can see how to obey and serve and be like God is like. You know? At the end of the day, stay focused. Stay determined. You know? It's not really about white supremacy. It's about where's your stance at. What is your stance? How is your stance solid? Are you supreme on your stance as a King Noble Black supremacist? As a King Noble Black supremacist devotee? Are you solid on that? You know, are you staying focused so we can keep our God focused? Are you staying calm and at peace so our God can be at peace and stay calm? You know, every little bit helps. Remember that. Every little bit helps. You know, just stay supreme. Love yourself. You know, and love your God. Everything about your God. Love His grace. Love His presence. Love His energy. Love His healing energy. Love His protection. You may not realize it, but He's doing all that. He's doing all that. You know. On that note, stay humble. Stay caring. Stay true. Stay loyal. You know. Stay determined. Give honor. Know that you're royalty. You know. Understand and believe all that. You know. And step in your invisibility. Know that nobody can break that or shake that. Love that. You know. You know. We are one. And you really don't have to say anything because we already know. We already can see. We already can feel. To stay true to yourself because that's staying true to God. All hail Kingdom of Black Supremacy. All hail Kingdom of Black Supremacy. All hail Kingdom of Black Supremacy. www.kingdomofblacksupremacy.com